Previously on Euro Truck Simulator 2.
Oh god, I feel like the truck's leaning. Is it just me? Is that really leaning? That's really leaning. I feel like I'm bouncing around the corner. This machine is just so fast. Scarily so. Oh no, not sign. No signs today. Hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. I'm not sure what kind of mission I'm on at the moment. I really don't. It's been a long week. I hope you've had a lovely week. It's been a long but good week. So I'm not even sure what we're doing. Oh, that's right. That's what we were trying to do. We were trying to kind of clear off a few more things. We managed to get back to Finland. So we're back in Finland, and there's a couple of places to visit here. It was quite a short one last week, if I remember rightly. We did a bit. Well, I say short one. It was one where we did a bit of colouring of the truck in just to match the styling that sort of Mark Middleton had sort of given me in his sort of truck driving sort of painting lessons. He's like the Bob Ross of truck painting. Anyway, let's have a little look and see what we can find here. Let's see what it takes to various places. That goes back that way. That's to itself. That's no good. Where's that go? Finland. It's really weird that they don't seem to go up the coast. You want like a little short one that goes up the coast. It's not there. Look at this. They're all miles away. They're all Sweden. What's that place there? Oh, did I see one for there? I did. Ah. That'll do nicely. There's a bit of ferry journey in here, but a bit of normal road here. 8 tons of this. There's 9 hours before we pick it up. Cars taking them over to Sweden to this place here, which looks like Orebro. I don't think I'm pronouncing it correctly because it's got them little double dots over the top of it. And my Finnish, I'm afraid, is a little bit. My Swedish is a little bit weak. Did the Swedish and the Finnish ever go to war? Do you think they ever did? That these sort of north? I don't think they did. I think they were. Well, they maybe did. I'm sure when then the Danish were around, they would be a bit Viking. I don't think that's even sort of words. But look at that truck. That looks lovely, doesn't it? Do I need any diesel? No, I don't. Right. Okay. Let's jump on him. Let's start this thing up. Put it in reverse a little bit. Check the mirrors. I was getting lift to work with a colleague today, and we were discussing sort of the use of mirrors and reversing cameras. Now, I'm old school because I was brought up in the days when reversing cameras were not a thing. You used to have to use your rear view mirror, especially in a car. But as I became a longer term sort of van user, I got very used to using the wing mirrors because I didn't have a rear window to look out of, nor any reversing cameras. So I became a kind of a sort of a convert to using them. And I always practice, even now, even if I don't have I'm not driving a truck or whatever else. Not a truck, but I'm not a truck. I think I'm gone. Ooh. That was very quick. This is 600 and something odd brake horse. Actually, it's very quick. But yeah, even now, I still practice looking in the side mirrors. Sort of looking backwards and forwards in the side mirrors. Just as it's good practice, I think. So to be very aware of your surroundings, because you can't always. And to be fair, when you put them on, they do actually say you shouldn't trust what you see in the rear view camera, because it's. And not that it's necessarily going to be anything strange in there, but they just say that you shouldn't trust it entirely. Because I guess there's a lag between what you're seeing there and what actually appears. There's a little bit of a timing lag between the two. It's a beautiful looking truck. It really is. It's a bit of a beast of a truck as well, actually. But yeah, there's a little bit of a lag between the two, so I guess there's a reason not to do it. I had a little tromp around the other day, 130 odd miles. I did a little bit of roundabout and some very nice scenery in the South Lake district. It was very, very nice, very pretty indeed. Nice to drive in as well. However, unfortunately, most of my drive. Do you know what I was thinking? I don't know about you, but if you're actually a driver or I've ever had to drive for work, you never actually see the sights. You really don't. You don't see the sights at all. What you actually see, By the way, it's just an hour away to go pick this job up, by the way. It's ages away. It's nice to see that, though. Doesn't look at that. The detail level is brilliant. Look at, love the detail. Yeah, it's you know, but if you ever work, you don't really get an opportunity to see the places you're actually at. You don't get a chance to stop and look, you know, and sort of have an explore. It's not why you're there. You're there to work. And let's be honest, once you finish the job, you tend to get back in the vehicle you came in and turn around and go off some other direction. You don't really get that opportunity to do that, to stop and sort of smell the roses, as they might say. You know, those kind of things. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting. It's an interesting thing in total. So, you know, in the sort of in the on the scale of things. Okay, here we go. Oh, I kind of feel like I'm in the wrong lane here. I'm not, but I am, because they're all turning, and I should have. If I want to go on a bit. There we go. Do not brake on top of him. Whole cab moving. I love the fact that there's an attention to detail that when you move around the cab and there's a little sort of cut in the framework, that you can actually see through that cut in the framework, and I guess to see the right things behind it. The modelling on this is beautiful. It really is. Those mirrors are actually bent backwards. I didn't realise that. They sort of sloped backwards, look. Oh, God. Oh, don't really want it. Come on. Come on. Yeah, but as I say, when you get to a destination, you don't really always get the time that you would like to go visit the things around about. I've been to some very beautiful places and never actually had an opportunity to see anything other than an industrial estate. And that was the case today, or yesterday, should I say. I got to see a nice industrial estate. It was a very pretty industrial estate. It was full of buildings and warehouses. But other than that, that was it. That was the whole industrial sort of side of it. Right, okay. Get a bit of speed up here. Beast, this machine. Where am I going to get this blooming load? I feel like I'm going miles away. Well, at least I'm going to get a load anyway. How's your week been, though? Have you had a busy week? Have you been busy boys? Have you had a chance to play a bit of Euro Truck Simulator or American Truck Simulator? American Truck Simulator this week for sure, because we've had a lot of the long drive. I hope you don't mind the sort of diversification of the things on the channel. It's just because that's just keep me entertained as well. You know, not just you, keeps me entertained as well. I get to play different games occasionally. I quite like the Under the Sand, however. I think it's got a limited sort of staying power on the scale of things. I do like the long drive because it's bonkers, and that's always a good quality in a game. But it's a bit bonkers. It's not really a driving game, but it is a driving game. Well, some driving going on there. But yeah, a bit bonkers. But other than that, it's a sort of strange. It's a strange game. It's bonkers and strange. It's all the same thing, to be honest with you. But yeah, Under the Sand, a bit of American Truck Simulator. Haven't been on Bus Simulator 18 in a while. Got to give that another try. See if we can get some more of those missions done. Not had a chance, realistically. Love to have more time. If only we could all win the Euro lottery, you know? We could all win it, and all we could do all day long is I could record videos and you could just watch them. That would be great, wouldn't it? All day long. In fact, I could just stream them all day long. I'd have to stop for a bit of exercise, though, because I do like a bit of exercise. What's going up ahead there? Look, I can see there's some traffic going on. Look, something going on. There's a slowness there. Right, 24 kilometres. Oh, God. There is a crash. Oh no. Oh my God, it's a big crash. That was not good. This truck's very, very quick indeed. 16 kilometres away. Is that a pepper on the back of there with a smiley face? I think it is, isn't it? A pepper with a smiley face. That great big graveyard and church. Yeah, it is. a memorial type thing. Here we go. Here's our destination. I say here's our destination. It's a bit further away than I'm. There we go. 50 kilometres now. Come on. Dump a truck through there. Don't think I've ever seen a pedestrian on a pedestrian crossing. I've never had to stop for one. It's a good job as well because I do tend to fly through them at high speeds. I've got coffee. I'm just waiting for it to cool down a little bit. I've got myself something fancy. I've got a toffee nut latte, of all things. One of those ones that you get from a sort of packet, you know, the kind to. Oh, I can't go in there. Must be up here. Here it is. I think that'll be my load right there. Here we go. I haven't checked the chat. I haven't done the run through with the things yet. Not the things. That was really descriptive, wasn't it? The run through the GPS. Right. Okay. We'll take this job. That's a good job. Right. Okay. Let's have a little look. Where is it? Which is the one with the arrow bouncing over it? That furthest one in Bay 5, I think. Right. Okay. Let's go get this. Let's go with this thing there. That's a great view of the pin, by the way. Can you see the pin under there? So underneath the wheel, where the green strap's on. So the black car with the wheel, green straps on it. Just below that, you can see the pin, which is dangling down. So basically, we have to hit that pin with, and I'll just rotate around a little bit here, and I'll adjust my positioning. Very manoeuvrable, this vehicle, by the way. Extremely manoeuvrable. So with the central bit in the back there, it's called the fifth wheel. We have to hit those two things together. So yeah, very, very manoeuvrable, this truck, actually. Probably more so than I'm expecting, or the usual. So let's swing it in here. And there we go. We are loaded and ready to go. Let's press the T button because I like to see the legs go up. There goes the legs automatically, and ping, there goes the air hoses, and we're going to take a bunch of cars for a little journey. So down in the bottom right hand corner we have our GPS, and that tells us how fast we're going for a start off, which is 8 kilometres, 9, 10, 11, 12 kilometres an hour. Then the gear we're in, which is A5, automatic 5. Then we have the truck itself, a little damage truck sort of damage-o-meter, if that's the right kind of way to describe it. Basically, it usually gets more worn tyres-wise first. Then we've got the diesel, so we're nice and full up because we just basically bought this thing. It's got quite a large tank, I think. Then we've got the bed, which slowly goes blue and then finally goes red, and I start crying because obviously I'm going to crash into something because you start falling asleep. Can you believe that? Falling asleep at the wheel. It's amazing. I haven't done that for a while, though, I'll be honest. It's not happened for a while. We've not done that for a while. Anyway, then we've got the envelope, which is sadly underused. Very much, I say it every single time. It's never used enough. It does. There should be special loads that it does, like 2 helicopters instead of the usual 1 or something like that. I really wish they would do that with it, but it's kind of, I don't know if it's used much in the world of trucks. Anybody know? I'd be interested to know if it's used much in the world of trucks as well. But anyway, so it's really underused. It's only really used at the beginning of the game, and when you add DLC that then needs to be told about, so you get these weird emails to your system that you can kind of look at. Then you've got the time, which is 11:44 a.m. And then below that we've got the destination time, which is 1:23 a.m. And we've got 500 kilometres to go, 13 hours and 35 minutes. That's how long we've got to go before we get there. However, a bulk of that, and that's lovely, the level of this simulation sometimes surprises me. You know, when you see that on the side of the road, it really is. It's kind of sadly true to life. I did see, unfortunately, on the way home, a car up on the edge of the road. It was all right. The owners were out of it and whatever else it is, and they were on their mobile phones. Thank goodness for mobile phones. Sometimes they are actually a very useful, you know, and sensible thing in people's lives, you know, the mobile phone. But obviously sometimes it's they get in the way a bit. But yeah, it's interesting. I love the detail that goes in this game. I actually love looking at the roads and as we travel along there. Somebody made a comment, I can't remember who it was, so whoever it was, thank you very much for that. I had a comment about how much I actually seem to adore the scenery. They are right. I love it. It's beautiful. It's really, 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 really nice. This is just to sort of travel along. I do like, by the way, I know that some people don't like the fact that my co-pilot is Helga, but I quite like her sternness. She's a stern lady. Oh God, I feel like I'm going to tip this thing over again. That's really leaning. Really leaning. Horrendous.
Biege nach links ab.
There we go. And we're stopped. There goes a Skoda Fabia. Lovely. Nothing like a Skoda Fabia to make you feel happy. I've actually felt sick there with the amount of movement I did. Now I'm going to try a little bit of coffee while I'm doing it. It feels still very hot. Hang on. Oh, that's good. Oh, that is very good, actually. Decided this time round to mix a bit of milk in there, because normally it's got like powdered milk in it, but I think the addition of additional milk was a definite bonus there. GPS there, of course, in the dashboard. At least this man has a rather nice dashboard with those kind of things. Lots of extra buttons that I don't know what they are. I'm assuming they're optional extras. There's obviously the windscreens down there as well. You can see the windscreen wipers. A lot of the old normal stuff on the phone, you know, the music and all that kind of stuff on the steering wheel. These digital dashes really are the thing of nowadays, aren't they? They're not really. I've got digital dash in my car. I'll have to admit though, I'm a sucker for a beautiful sort of analog display that looks good, you know, so one that's absolutely square, you know, so when it says 0 miles per hour or revs or whatever else it is, actually is 0. I'm a kind of sucker for those. I think they're really nice. You get those on usually on sort of quite expensive German cars, to be honest with you, but they look really nice when they're right. Nowadays, of course, they're all changing them to digital, and it's not, or you know, computerized screens, and although they look nice, and they can hold a vast array of information, which is quite handy, to be honest. It's not something that I kind of, I'm not bothered one way or the other. I kind of like the analogness of stuff. Analogness to stuff. That's not even a word. What kind of words are those? Use your words properly. The analoginess stuff of stuff. No, it's not real words. Oh. There we go. I'm speeding. 50 kilometers an hour. Yeah, okay. See it in the dash in the bottom there. Right, we're making our run now. This is going to be the long 200 kilometers via water now. So we're going to go backwards and forwards. We're going backwards and forwards here between Finland and Sweden. It's all good. This is I've been here before. This is the port we've been to before. That's where I think I ruined a sign a couple of times. Might be true. Look at that. Let's get that in the shot. Look at that. How do I go in though? That could be the shot for the video. What do you think? I'm gonna go this way now. Yeah, I should have driven the other way around, but never mind. There we go. That is cool. Whoa. That was very cool. Istanbul. Watching the mirror on the top. That's the one. Perfect. That's the mirror. Only one destination, 9 hours away. Fortunately, that means the middle of the night when we arrive. Probably. I'm gonna have a quick drink of coffee while you watch that. Watch it. Are you watching it? I hope you're watching it. That's quite nice, actually. That is. I'll be honest about these kind of coffees as well. I only buy them when they're cheap as well. Apart from my obsession with the brand Diagbuts. I got called old the other day when I was talking when I liked Diagbuts. They said I was old for liking that. I don't think I'm old for liking that coffee. It's just a pleasant coffee. Nice sort of soft, sort of flavorful coffee. Apparently I'm old. I probably need my teeth checking or something similar. Oh, there's the way out. Utfart. I've utfarted my way out. It's a new one on me. I've had an utfart. That's very good. It's very good. Here we go.
Biege nach rechts
Oh
ab.
no, I passed the police car. He's actually gone off as well. Look, his lights are going. That's what happens if you pass a police car speed and you get done straight away. It's really bad. Oh, police car there. Utfart. Yeah, I'm assuming that means exit. I'm not sure whether I'm saying it correctly though. If you're going, I had Utfart. 50 kilometers an hour. I'm speeding again. Loving the forest. I can go to 70 now. Let's put the old GPS back on again so I can see what's going on. I like the way that the cruise control goes to the center of the dash between the speed, so the 65 and a automatic 11. That's the gear I'm in. I wonder if you've got some semi-manual controls over the whole thing. Yeah, so it says 72 in the center of the dash now. That's the speed I've set the cruise control at. That was really bad manoeuvring there. That lake is lovely. Yeah, I wonder if there's some sort of adjusting it. I bet there is, because my own car I can adjust the speed up and down. I've also got for a car that's very boring indeed. I've also got one of them speed limiters. I quite like. I've been a fan of speed limiter. It was really funny. I had I used to drive. One of my previous workplaces had company cars that were allowed to be used, and some of them were the little Series 1 BMWs. And those Series 1 BMWs came with a speed limiter, which I thought was really useful, especially when I had to drive on sites where they were really hot on sort of speed. So they would have these, sort of 10-mile-an-hour speed limits, and you could actually set the 10 miles per hour speed limiter on these little cars. None of mine, of course, but they were all the companies. But you could set the speed limiter, and I was kind of disappointed to find that the bigger models don't have it. They just have the cruise control, and they had no speed limiters on the slightly bigger models. I was like, why not? And I guess that the answer to that question is, you're driving a BMW. Why would you want anywhere to limit your speed? So only the people with the low end vehicles were sort of allowed or treated to the ability to limit one's speed, as they might say. Limit one's speed, limited to extremely fast. That's possibly what it was, but just a weird one. I'm catching the edge of the road. It's really annoying. There's those lights in the middle of there, powered through the centre. Look, electrical cable through the centre. That sounds really sensible, because in the wind it could really flap around a lot. Obviously, there's no wind in the game, as far as I'm aware. There's no wind in the game. Do you see windsocks occasionally? I think you do, don't you? You see the old windsocks. I always think it's interesting when you see them on the motorway, especially when it's by long bridges over water sources. It tends to be, or rivers, should I say, by water sources. And you see that the windsocks sort of like literally horizontal as it comes out, and then you're sort of in trouble, because the wind hits you like a sledgehammer. I remember those kind of passing large vehicles back in. I just did a stupid. What the hell's going on over there? Look, it's all lit up. I did a stupid, and there's a picture opportunity by this thing here. Look at this, lit up. Don't do another stupid. I did a stupid there. I basically dented all the paintwork. Thank goodness the game doesn't allow you to see that. It's one of those games, isn't it? Do you remember do you ever play if you ever played Project Gotham Racing, the early days of Project Gotham Racing, that they wouldn't let Microsoft who did it. I don't think it was Microsoft who programmed it. They were the seller of it. They wouldn't let them actually do damage on the vehicles. The vehicles couldn't be seen to be damaged because, well, you know, it would affect the brand, and I think that's the same with this game. You know, I think that you're not allowed to see physical damage on the models because it would affect the brand, and not that it really would, but it's just that. But that's the assumption of the people that are in there. You know, they'll put their trucks in there, but we can't damage them. There's no way we could damage them. If we damage them, you know, it's the end of the world as we know it. End of the world as we know it. Yeah, end of the world if we do damage to them. That's what. And those first games where you could actually damage on the vehicles, those are the ones I loved the most, where you could actually smash into stuff and do things. But yes. I tell you what, though, it won't be too long now. We'll be due. Did I say Oslo there? It did say Oslo, didn't it? We'll be due. What's it? The summer sale on the old Steam. GOG's on at the moment. GOG or GOG is on at the moment. So GOG is another one of my favourite sort of places, but good old games as they're called, and they've got some really good sort of ancient classics that you've got. Do you remember Screamer? They've got Screamer and Screamer 2 on there, which was original DOS games, which were at the day back in the day when they came out, and they did arcade graphics and arcade style of racing, and very much in the style of Ridge Racer. They came out, and they're on there for quite cheap actually. Do you know so? I think I might get those at some point because I was a big fan of them. I thought they were brilliant. I was like mightily impressed by Screamer's insane speed. Utterly useless on a keyboard, of course. And of course, back then, PC joysticks were not USB sort of things that they are nowadays, and game controllers. No. They had their own specific socket, a 15-pin sort of adapter that would go into them. The whole thing. Very, very weird indeed. The original PC controller, strange beast in its own right. We're 1 hour and 30 minutes away from our destination. We're almost there. I'm going to have a cup of coffee while I'll sup of the old coffee while we make that run in. Oh, that is good. I'll tell you what, I definitely think that adding a touch of milk to it does make a difference, you know, because you're getting obviously the powdered milk, but I think a touch of real milk does actually make a difference to the sort of the flavour of the whole thing. I'm a bit of a fan of actually milk within my coffee. I like coffee, but I also like it milky. If it was up to me, it would be, you know, coffee, water, half milk. That tends to be the way I make my coffee. I know that sounds. Some people will be like, "Oh my god, that's utterly disgusting." But no, I kind of like that. It doesn't make it milky. It's still coffee. It's just milkier than the usual coffee. I can kind of drink guzzle tons of it. Thank goodness where I work, we're right literally next to a dairy farm, and I can pop next door and get more milk when we run out of milk. Not fresh from the cow, of course. I'm not allowed to do that, but certainly they've got a fridge where we're allowed to go buy our milk from, which is fine. And we pay at the end of the month. It's quite a nice idea, actually. It's quite nice. Lots of nice things go on. So really, really, really good. So here we go. 1 hour 59 minutes now. It almost sounds like 1 hour 59. It's not. It's 59 now. 57 minutes to go. Travelling into the night. We're going to get there at 1:17, 18. Just making a nice, lovely run through. Just after midnight. Never really gets that dark in the Baltic states. It's dark, but it's not that dark in the Baltic states. It's one of those things. It's just a beautiful sort of journey through the night, and they're quite sort of. I guess it's the positioning. Realistically, I think they always do summer, don't they? The games are always in summer mode. Always in summer mode.
Immer geradeaus.
Yes, I know. We're almost at Albro. Almost there. We're coming up on some facilities. The facilities. Diesel and the old beds. I see the price of fuel has actually dropped, but it's been creeping up again recently, just slightly, ever so slightly, not too badly at all. There we go. Just round the corner. 28 minutes. Newtown ticked off. I keep thinking it's going to look like a cookie. It's not. It's like a big castle there, look. That seems wrong, doesn't it? I think it's a big cookie, but it's not. It's not a cookie at all. It's going to be a castle. Yes, I know. She speaks a lot sometimes. She just means turn to the right. Turn right. Indicate now. Thank you. Thank you for your fantastic interaction there, Helga. She's a very, very handy girl. Our Scoop has stopped. This is where Scoop starts moving, I bet you. Nope, Scoop has stayed still. Right, you stay there, Scoopy. Scoop. I could tell you what I could do with an ice cream. After all this weather recently, with all hot weather, I really could do with an actual sort of ice lolly or something like that. Be quite nice. It's just... We're almost there, 4 kilometres. And we've discovered it. 27, so I've got 2 more to do. Not sure where those 2 are going to be. Checking the mirror over there. Suggestion from Bobster. Thank you, Bobster. It adds to the realism, sort of, being able to making you move your head. You get better at it as well. Everything you get better at with this game. The more you do it, the better you get at it. So reversing, parking trucks and all this kind of stuff, you get much, much better at it. But I do recommend making your life... Whoa. I hit that curb there, look. I didn't even... Where? Hang on. Where is it? What have I hit? Oh, God. I don't know what I hit there. I almost ended up very badly. Oh, there's somewhere to stay as well. Brilliant. That's excellent. That's what we need. I almost ended up extremely badly.
Biege nach links ab.
Only 2 more places, though, to go to kind of seal the city off. You won't believe this, but in the real world, I'm actually turning my head left and right. I guess it's a natural. Oh, what are you doing? There's another place. That's a garage. I don't know what I'm doing now. I've lost the plot. I think that kind of disturbed me mounting the curb like that. I didn't expect that.
Demnächst rechts
The
abbiegen.
handles so that you can pull yourself into the cab when you open the door. There's a winder there, I think, for the
Biege nach rechts ab.
blinds. That's kind of cool. As much as they're you know, they're mobile sleeping areas, aren't they? Realistically, or at least rest areas.
Biege nach links ab.
Land Rover. Beautiful. And here we
Biege
go.
nach links ab. Hier endet es.
Ooh, what are you doing? I really misbehaved myself here. Right in front of me, apparently. Well, there's lots of space in here. There is some space. Let us proceed with caution. I've only dented the cars a little bit. Let's do this. Alright, let's have a look out the window. And we're coming round. I think I can see it in the rear mirror. No, I can't. You're miles away. Do you know something? Sometimes I think that's a good idea. Sometimes to pull up across it, I would actually be better off pulling at a different angle, and then coming back at it. That's the truth is that I should be doing that. I should be, pushing this way as much as I can, and feel confident to do, because this is the direction it's going to be. And then putting that backwards like that, and then just coming forward straight at an angle like this, so that I can see what I'm doing. There. See, I can see what I'm doing now. I just miss the trick sometimes, with the especially as I like looking over the shoulder. I don't know if anybody else has got a personal favourite shoulder to look over, but this is my favourite shoulder to look over. I find myself comfortable looking this way over my shoulder. I do it actually in my normal life in my car as well. I always find I'm looking over my other shoulder, not the shoulder. This is cool. Let's have a look. Yeah, actually, it's not bad, that. It's not like a terrible parking last week. Let's press T. And we've decoupled, and we've completed it. Excellent job. Money, 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 money. Rank 6 on all of these. Extra points for all these ranks. Right, excellent. Let's have a little look now, see if we can find somewhere to hold up for the night. We know we passed a few places, to be honest, didn't we? One right there. Right there. They could have gone there, actually, to be honest with you, but I don't think it matters about unlocking that one. But that's a good one there. So let's head to that one.
Los.
These are funny areas to do missions in, because that's like 500 miles is usually, or 500 kilometers is usually a really decent sort of, heavy going video. But 500 kilometers when you've got a sort of a ferry trip in it is not as long, or certainly doesn't feel as long for sort of a video wise. So I do apologise for it not being quite as long as you usually expect. Because I always say to you, don't I? I say on the videos, I say, oh, it'll only be a quick one, this one, and then it doesn't turn out to be a quick one. And when the ones when I'm not actually doing a quick one, I do a quick one. Isn't that just normal for me? It is a bit. It's a bit very. It's very me. And it's very this channel. What does anybody else watch truck driving wise? Is there any other decent truck driving? I don't think I've ever found any other decent truck driving channels. And I sound like that's me saying that mine's the only good truck driving channel. No, I mean, I don't think I've actually ever found anybody I've wanted to watch truck driving wise. I've watched a few real truck drivers, but I've not watched any Euro truck drivers. In fact, I'm not even very aware of any sort of YouTube channels that relate to it. I'm sure there's tons, but I'm not very aware of them. I should be, but I'm clearly not. I think we can go here in front of us. This does not look like the murder hotel that I usually end up with. Mind you saying that, there's at least 4 people in those wheelie bins over there. Good old wheelie bins. Right, press the button. Let's go to sleep and rest up for the night. Oh, that's lovely, that is. Look at that. What a beautiful truck as well. Let's get that, press that F3 button. Look at that. Look at that. She's a beauty. She is an absolute beauty. Yeah, I'm loving that one. It looks nice as well. That sort of I would say that's matte rather than anything else. Sort of finish can be quite nice. I know it's glossy, but it's sort of a flatter thing. Actually, it would be nice if there was a matte in there, wouldn't there, amongst all of these things? Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Demon. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye now.